What if Darth Talon became an apprentice to Darth Maul? The galaxy was in turmoil, and in the shadows of chaos, Darth Maul stirred. His return to power had been short lived. His dominance over Mandalore shattered. His Shadow Collective left leaderless, and worst of all, his brother, Savage Opress, slaughtered before his very eyes. He had underestimated his former master. Darth Sidious had humiliated him, dragging him from the throne of Mandalore like a rabid dog, caging him in a hellish prison meant to break him. But Maul was not so easily broken. With the aid of loyal remnants of his syndicates, he had escaped, slinking back into the underworld to lick his wounds and prepare. But he needed more than just soldiers. The galaxy belonged to those who seized it through power. Alone, he was strong, but with an apprentice, with a proper heir, someone to shape and mold in his own image, he could build something far greater than before. His mind burned with thoughts of vengeance. Obi-Wan Kenobi still lived. Sidious still ruled. The Jedi and Sith both had wronged him. He would carve a new order from the ashes of the old. Maul issued a command to his remaining lieutenants across the scattered remains of the Shadow Collective. Find me Force sensitives. Find me warriors. Find me someone worthy. But fate had already made its choice for him. She found him first. The underworld of the Outer Rim was a vast and lawless expanse, where only the ruthless thrived. It was here, in the criminal strongholds of the galaxy, that Maul sought to rebuild his empire. Unbeknownst to him, he was being hunted. Darth Talon had been watching him for weeks. She had heard whispers of the fallen Sith Lord, the one who had defied both Jedi and Sith alike. A warrior who had once wielded the mantle of Darth, a being of pure rage. She followed him unseen, her crimson skin blending with the darkness of Nar Shaddaa's underbelly, her force presence carefully masked. Yet she knew she could not hide forever. Maul was no fool. He had begun to sense her. One night, as Maul meditated in an abandoned temple of an extinct cult, his voice echoed through the Force. "You cannot hide from me." Talon crouched in the shadows above, tensed. "Come out." With a flicker of motion, she dropped from above, landing in a crouch, her twin sabers igniting in a crimson blaze. "You are strong," Maul observed, his voice eerily calm. "But you are reckless." Talon wasted no words. She lunged, striking at his throat. Maul moved like a spectre, effortlessly avoiding her first strike. Then the next. He barely lifted his saber. He did not need to. With the grace of a master, he twisted around her, his elbows smashing into her ribs. Talon gritted her teeth and rolled back, slashing upward. Maul dodged once more, and in a blur of motion, he was upon her. A powerful kick sent her crashing against a cold stone wall. Her lightsabers clattered to the floor. She reached out with the Force, but Maul was already there, his crimson blade at her throat. "Who trained you?" he demanded. She glared at him, breathing hard. "I trained myself." For a long moment, Maul stared. Then he did something unexpected. He deactivated his weapon. "I will train you." Darth Talon's training took place on the cruel world of Dathomir. The ancient home of the Night Brothers and Night Sisters was swept in dark energy, its twisted landscapes of jagged red rock corrupted forests crawling with beasts born from nightmares. It was a world of pain and survival, where the weak were devoured and only the strong endured. Talon's training began the moment they arrived. Maul did not ease her into it. He flung her into the depths of Dathomir's wilderness, giving her only one command: survive. For weeks, Talon knew only pain. She fought off packs of night hunters, reptilian beasts with fangs that dripped venom. She was stalked by the spirits of long-dead witches, their whispers clawing at her sanity. She was given no food, no shelter, only her instincts and her will to live. Her first lesson was brutality. The galaxy is not kind, Maul told her, watching from the shadows as she battled a monstrous Wyshok, a spider the size of a speeder. It does not care for the weak. It does not reward mercy. You must be crueler than cruel, stronger than the strong. Talon learned. She stopped fearing the creatures that hunted her. Instead, she became the predator. She slew the spider with bare hands, ripping one of its legs off and using it as a weapon against the next threat. Her second lesson was endurance. Maul forced her to fight for days without rest, pushing her body past its limits. He lashed at her with training sabers, broke her bones, and made her keep fighting. Pain is your ally, he hissed, as she gasped on the ground. It will make you sharper, stronger. You must welcome it, embrace it. Her third lesson was deception. One night, as she slept in the roots of a gnarled tree, Maul attacked. He struck from the darkness, his saber flashing toward her throat, only for Talon to roll aside at the last moment, her own blade igniting. She had sensed him coming. Good, Maul said, stepping back. Always be aware. Treachery is the way of the Sith, even from your master. Talon bared her teeth. Then I will be ready. Maul smirked. We shall see. Maul stood before Talon, his gaze cold and calculating. Your training is incomplete, he told her. You have strength. You have skill, but you have yet to truly kill. Talon frowned. I have killed dozens of... Jedi, Maul interrupted. True prey, not weaklings, not beasts. Jedi. He handed her a small datapad, the hologram flickering to life. The image showed an older Jedi Master and his Padawan, a young Mirrorlin girl barely in her teens. These two are your test. Kill them. Take their sabers. Only then will you be worthy. Talon accepted the challenge without hesitation. She tracked them to a distant moon, a barren rock where they were aiding a village caught between warlords. Talon watched them for hours from the shadows, studying their movements. The Jedi Master was disciplined, strong in the Force. The Padawan was cautious, uncertain. The moment came at sunset. Talon struck with fury, her blades a crimson whirlwind. The Master barely had time to react before she was upon him. He fought well. He parried, dodged, striking with controlled precision. But Talon was faster, more relentless. The Padawan screamed as her master fell, his head rolling into the dust. The girl's fear made her sloppy. She tried to run. Talon caught her with a brutal slash across the back. The fight ended with the Mirrorlin sobbing in the dirt, her saber hand severed. Please, the girl whispered. Talon hesitated. For only a second. Then she silenced the girl forever. When she returned to Maul, she dropped the two lightsabers at his feet. Maul grinned. Now, you are my apprentice. Jabba the Hutt had defied him long enough. Maul and Talon descended upon Tatooine like a storm. Jabba, ever the coward, tried to bite him off, promised credits, spice, entire fleets. Maul was not interested. "You rule the Outer Rim at my mercy," Maul told him, stepping forward. "And my mercy is gone." Jabba sneered. His guards moved to attack. Talon struck first. Her blade cut through Gamorrean flesh like butter, her movements a dance of death. Maul carved his way through Weequay and Nikto enforcers, his rage an unstoppable force. Jabba, wheezing in panic, tried to slither away, only for Talon to leap onto his massive bulk, her saber held at his throat. "Submit," she hissed. The Hutt King whimpered. Jabba's reign was over. The Shadow Collective was whole again. The Outer Rim was theirs. The Jedi Temple was quiet, save for the low murmurs of the Council. Reports had reached him. Maul was rebuilding his empire. The Outer Rim was slipping under his control. His apprentice, an unknown female Sith, was slaughtering Jedi. Master Mace Windu scowled. "We should crush him now, before he grows too powerful." But Yoda shook his head. "War, we already have. Split our focus, we cannot. Dangerous Maul is, but greater dangers we face." They made their decision. For now, Maul would be left unchecked. It was a mistake that would cost them dearly. Maul's obsession with Kenobi festered like a wound. Talon had seen him spend weeks poring over reports, setting traps, weaving intricate plots. He ignored opportunities to seize Coruscant's trade routes, to cripple the Republic. "Your revenge is a distraction," Talon told him, her voice sharp. "We should be taking planets, expanding our reach, not chasing a single Jedi." Maul turned to her, his eyes blazing. "Kenobi took everything from me." Talon sneered. "And what have you taken? A barren wasteland? A Hutt's throne? We could rule the galaxy." Maul clenched his fists. Kenobi must suffer first. For the first time, Talon saw it. Maul would never be more than what he was, and she was destined for more. Talon acted alone. Maul obsessed over Kenobi, so she did what he would not. She took. The world of Rat-Attack was a fortress world, ruled by ruthless warlords. Talon descended upon it with an iron will. She slew their strongest warriors in ritual combat. She crushed their armies with ruthless efficiency. She forced the survivors to kneel. When the battle was done, the world was hers. She stood atop its tallest spire, her crimson eyes burning with triumph. She no longer needed Maul. She was ready. Talon had waited long enough. Maul was a warrior, a tactician, a master of battle, but he was still ruled by his past. His obsession with Kenobi, with petty revenge. Talon wanted more. She wanted the throne of the Sith itself. And so, one night, as Maul lay in meditation, she struck. Her lightsaber hissed to life as she leapt through the air, only for Maul's eyes to snap open. He was already moving before she landed. Their blades clashed in an explosion of red light. Talon was fast, her movements precise, but Maul was a storm of fury. He drove her back with a relentless assault, his twin sabers spinning like a whirlwind of death. "You dare!" he snarled. Talon grinned through the struggle. "I learned from the best." Their battle was fierce, a dance of speed and brutality. Talon fought with agility, her acrobatics carrying her above and around Maul, striking at his blind spots. But Maul was power incarnate. Each strike of his saber sent shockwaves through the room. Then, with a flicker of motion, Talon fainted, her saber slashing through Maul's legs. He fell for it. In that brief moment, she spun and drove her second blade toward his chest, but Maul was faster. With a roar, he caught her wrist, twisted it, and sent her crashing to the stone floor. His saber was at her throat once more. She glared up at him, her breath ragged. "Kill me." Maul hesitated. He saw himself in her, the raw ambition, the endless hunger, and then he laughed. "No," he said. "You are strong, but you are not strong enough." Talon spat blood and smirked. "Not yet." Maul deactivated his lightsaber and turned away. "Find me when you are." And with that, he left her behind. Talon lay there for a long time, the weight of her failure pressing down on her. But as she stared at the ceiling, she made a silent vow. This was not the end. One day she would return, and next time she would win. Drop the scenarios you would like to see in the comments, and I will pick one every week for Fan Friday. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.